Hi, I'm just gonna do a celebrity reading on Jason Momoa. I have to keep it short because I have to take my cat to the vet because he's not doing too well. Um, all right. I have an appointment at noon, so I have like a little bit of time. Okay. Just gonna see what I get with Jason Momoa. I mean, the first image I get is like of his kids, and then I can see his energy. So that's interesting. Um, Normally, I don't see like a barrier, like a wall of protection like that. I guess like with the kids first and stuff, but it's perhaps they play some kind of role like that. Okay, like spiritually. Um, I feel like he's being very careful and deliberate about his communication at the moment. Like being like minimal about the stuff he reveals or about like how he's doing, what he's thinking. I feel like he's like looking at his situation and thinking like I could have like if you think of like a farmer like planting seeds for the future and like he feels he could have been like a better gardener like of his own life and that it's like a period of self-reflection like what have I done, what have I made, like what have I created that like not that was sort of random and not well thought out. And he might own some like other little businesses or be partner in some other businesses and stuff, and he's kind of looking at those and putting them in question. Or perhaps it has to do with like certain certain films or things like that, like because it's like Hollywood or whatever, just to be vague. um is sort of this pre-existing structure that people can interact their like that can give their energy to and keep it going, or people could ignore Hollywood and like make their own films and like just like it's not even a thing. But like for him, I feel like he really went that route of like, okay, I'm gonna work with a machine that exists. And I feel like right now he's kind of going like, and where did that get me, like, and how satisfied am I as like a soul being sort of, for better or for worse, like a product of that machine. He's very much focused on like, even if he's like divorced from Lisa Bonet, like I just feel like there's like a mature woman in his life who he's very much cares about like how they're doing and nurturing them, like even if they're not together kind of thing, like I don't know if his mother's still alive or like it's that kind of feeling of like a woman who's older than him, who is like family, essentially family to him, whether actual family or like close to him. um and it's like his number one priority is to like like to do good on this like kind of soul agreement, because he's realizing like the other stuff, all the bells and whistles of his life, like don't add up to the importance of his core relationships. And like I feel that he I feel like he ascribes to like a more matriarchal society type of viewpoint, and like he needs to respect, like he feels he it's like integral to him to show respect for like mother nature and like the mother, and if that's like the mother of his kids too, like that is like of supreme importance to him, I feel. I feel like he's now looking at different projects or like co-stars with like more scrutiny. Like, is this really a project I want to do? Or like, can we, he might put his 2 cents in now when he wouldn't have before. Like he was just playing nice or going with the flow with whatever project was asking him to do. And now he's at the point where it's like, I need to keep my life like non-toxic. So I want to make sure like who my co-stars are good people. And yeah, it's not, nothing's going to like throw a curveball in his life and his priorities and stuff. So you might see like a more serious side of him. Like you could almost say that he was like overdoing his joviality, like to um, be good at like, whatever his job, like quote unquote. But while he may be friendly and everything, like there's also a very serious side to him, and so now he might show like a more authentic version of him where he doesn't need to like uh, have like to overdo the like happiness like show or whatever, like in public situations like red carpet or like interviews or stuff like that. All right. I really feel this like clampdown on like information that could or couldn't come out. Like he's really trying to be like keep his life private. I don't feel like there's any like alarm bell situation that he was in that was like so drastic that it's like if it came out, blah blah blah. But like he really just wants his privacy as a reasonable person, and you know, I feel like in terms of him and Lisa Bonet, like Lisa Bonet is like, I don't know if you could call her like a muse or something. Like she has like a that kind of uh for lack of a better word, like mermaid, like kind of like luring, ethereal, sorry, quality, and then he's super earthy and into like building and like tending to his like garden, quote unquote, and stuff. Like, sure, he acknowledges spirituality, but that's not his like 90% like him thing. His thing is like making stuff happen, like manifesting stuff. Like, I'm on earth, like I want to splash in the water and like dig a ditch and like what, like he's just like very hands-on person. And then Lisa Bonet's like, it's sort of like the earth and the sky meet, and then they had kids, and then they part. Like it's that they're that different, I feel. Um, and so like they've finished whatever cycle they were meant to do. So I don't feel like there's a lot of like drama and strife like around that. It's just like difficult to let go of a narrative, but like it's healthier for both of them to let go of any kind of narrative and just be like go back to their authenticity and like who am I right now, and like that's enough. Like you don't need someone to like be high-fiving you constantly to go like your existence is worthwhile or whatever, you know. Okay. Jason Momoa. Yeah, every time I think about him, it's always like a earthly project. Like let's say he put out like a fashion line, like I don't know what interests him in terms of clothing, but like I mean he's from Hawaii, so he could make some really like high-end, nice uh clothing like that, and or like surfwear or stuff like that, like having to do with Hawaii. Um, because at some point he may want to like do more serious films, like more like ensemble stuff, or like not the like hundreds of millions of dollars budget stuff. Not that he's like against those, but like he's been acting for so long, like he could do some just like more thoughtful. I don't know. Like I'm not trying to diminish what he's done, but I just feel this like smaller ensemble cast type of thing. Like um my memory is so bad, but like something like you know how like The Godfather has an ensemble cast, like that kind of thing where there's like every person in the scene is like a heavy hitter acting wise, and it's just great, you know, like that kind of thing. Okay. Like you know how like Goodfellas was really great, like the really good actors, like that type of vibe. Like I'm not saying it has to be a gangster movie, but like just great actors. Like um I feel like he may do like some small legal action against someone. And I don't know if it's like Amber Heard because like she's topical right now and like they were in a project together. But like it's something little like that where it's just like I gotta iron this out and just be like clear. It's okay, wait, I just want to be sure what I'm saying here. Yeah, it's like something around payment and like how he's seen or like anyway, it feels like having to do with his work life, his movie work life. Okay. I'm just like there's this interesting confusing energy I'm just looking at right now. Um I don't know why I get like this like there's something to do with hotels and like some conflict or and I get like I don't know if there's like a Ritz Carlton in like Maui or I don't know. There's like some I don't know. That's really random, but it just feels like some tension there. I don't know why. That's whatever that is. Okay. Um. And then there's something about like really rich people and buying property in Hawaii and like taking up too much land and stuff. Like, and it makes it unfair because like Hawaii's like not that big and stuff. So maybe this is something that bothers him, like people that don't even live there full time and like have giant properties that are like disrupting other people's use of it. So I don't know if this is something he voices or it's just like something he feels. Like I know people complain on Maui about how Oprah has like a big piece of land and like and which is near those big like 5-star hotels like the Ritz-Carlton and stuff. And like she took over this access road because she needed like privacy because she's like never there. And like and it would have been useful to like get to a hospital faster or like be able to buy groceries if you're up on that like grassy uh, part of the island there. Um, anyway, yeah, so it's that kind of vibe. Like, I'm not saying like Oprah specifically, but it's like she's an example of someone very wealthy who has like a huge piece of land, and it's like, does it need to be that big kind of thing? If you're not there all the time. So, uh, okay. And I'll just like find a couple more things. And it seems like a lot of his energy is making me read around Hawaii for some reason and just like life there. But I'll see if I can like open it up more and see like some bigger issues than like municipal beefs or whatever. Um, I mean, I think in terms of his love life right now as a single person, he has like a general appreciation for good people. Like, you know, if there's like attractive women in his life that are, it's more about like he's interested in like their goodness and their vibe and like, uh, it's, you could say like some guys are like very visual in terms of what they like, but he's more like sees you as a cloud of your energy, and if your vibe is great then he'll look deeper kind of thing. Like there has to be some kind of spiritual connection initially before he goes any further, and that makes sense given what he said about like his feeling that like he was meant to be with Lisa Bonet. And so that like theme continues where it's like, is this person just bringing a good vibe to the scene, and like, do I want to interact with that? And he's not being highly specific about one person or the other right now. It's just like, can we all have fun, please? Like, can we all just get along? Is more like his vibe in terms of his love life. And just that like real clamp down on like privacy, like big time, which is smart because it's like if you give all your dirt to people, like that tends not to end up well, right? Because what can they do with it except like destroy? Like, it's not like, yeah, anyway, I don't want to like go deep with that, but like in his business where he's like highly scrutinized, like it's good to be private. Okay, so any last thoughts on Jason Momoa? Yeah, so I just feel like he's unsatisfied with like how like fluffy some of his roles have been in the past, and he wants to like consciously like um have people recognize him as a good actor, and like, can I be in an ensemble cast and I'm not just like, you know, the comedic or like, yeah, I mean, and really great actors can be funny and stuff. Like only a good actor can be very funny. So, but it's not to diminish that, but like I just feel like he wants to various roles under his belt. Like, where am I going from today forward? So just in general, I just feel like his vibe is kind of like, if I can call it like kind of beige, like it's not super bright. Like he himself can generate good energy, but like his environment is kind of beige. And like his only way out of that kind of like soft like box, is to use his like faith and like optimism as like some kind of bridge to like go, over, pass that over, and like it's a weird choice of words. So I hope he's like being careful, like in general. So it's interesting. So like there's this idea of like his longevity in question that came up. Well, I mean, I would just like say that if there's any advice like for him, I would just like connect spiritually and to like like living beings and stuff, and like to God, and like to like build that bridge like to kind of safety, or like to like a good path that like assures his like joy and prosperity. Like, it's like they say like narrow is the way, like, so there's a lot of discipline in like following your path, and there's a lot of things you like choose not to engage in that other people would be like, hey, that sounds like fun. So he only an act of faith can get him out of like the drabs right now, if I can say it like that. So it's like if other people typecast him as such and such, his act of faith is like, I see myself as like winning an Academy Award for Best Actor for a dramatic role, kind of thing. And it's like he has to like own that and be that, and then other people will like catch up to him, or whatever his goal is. But I just feel like there's some prayer that needs to be done to help him actually. So if you're like a big fan of his, you can say a prayer for him that things go well and that he's safe and everything. Okay, well, that's my reading on Jason Momoa. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys have a suggestion, you can put it in the comments, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye. I'm gonna try to turn this off without shaking.